Fluid students, and welcome to a new art lesson. Today we are going to talk about giraffes, and I found this art print of a giraffe at a secondhand store, and I just thought it was so cute. I love how his little tongue is sticking out, and I love the colors. It doesn't have a signature on it, so I don't know who did this art, but we are going to be inspired by it today for our art project, which is going to look like this. And a couple of facts about giraffes, because they're pretty amazing creatures. They can grow to be 16 to 18 feet tall, which means that would be like two people standing, like a person standing on top of another person's shoulders, or even three people high. They're the tallest land animal. They live primarily in Africa. Their favorite food is acacia trees, and because they have these really long necks and these long skinny legs, they can reach acacia leaves that are higher than other animals can reach. But their necks are too short for them to reach water when they want to bend down to drink, so they have to spread their legs out to get down to the level of the water. But luckily they don't need to drink much water. They only need to drink a little bit of water every 2 days. And they hardly sleep. They only sleep like 2 hours a day. They can run really fast, 35 miles an hour up to 55 miles an hour, so that's as fast as a car. And they have these little knobs on their heads that are covered in skin, and the males use their knobs when they're fighting, when they're like bumping each other's heads. But yeah, they have two of these little, almost look like horns or something, but they're covered in skin. All right, let's get started on our project. All right, let's get started on our project. We are going to start with the giraffe's head, which is kind of a triangular shape. So I'm going to do a horizontal line going across, and let me make that a little bit darker because it might be hard to see. And then I'm going to do a diagonal line starting at the left, going down. And we're going to be erasing some of these lines in a minute, so don't make your lines as dark as I'm making mine. I'm just doing that so that you can see it in the video. And then from the end of this diagonal line, we're going to do a line connecting to the top. And that is the basic shape of the giraffe's head. All right, so we're gonna add some curves to this to make it look more realistic. And we're going to add some ears, and we're going to add this knob up top. So let's start with this bottom corner. We want to round that out. That is the giraffe's jaw. So instead of having it be this sharp point, I just did a smile line underneath it. And now I'm going to erase my original corner there. And then this is going to be the ear, so that's going to be the top of the ear, and then going to curve in. And this ear is going to start at the edge here and curve down into a point. And then we're going to do a sad face and a happy face curve for that second ear. So I'm going to erase this line that overlapped the ears, and I'm going to erase this little line that was below the ear. So now I have my two ears. And I have, this is the jaw. And I'm going to come up here now and I'm going to add this knob. So it is going to be a curved line that direction, and then another curved line the opposite direction. And then we're just going to connect it at the top. We'll come back later and add some hairs to the top of that. But I want to erase the top of the giraffe's head here because the knob comes right out from the top of the giraffe's head. Okay, next to the knob, we're going to make a little hump for the giraffe's eye. So I'm going to erase this straight line there. And then we need to round out the giraffe's nose. And so I'm going to erase the part of the triangle that was inside that. Okay, so that was a lot of erasing to try to make it look a little bit more lifelike, but I think we've got a really cool giraffe shape now. Now let's add some details. So inside this ear, we're going to follow this top curve to do the ear curve of the inside of the ear. And then we're going to follow this bottom curve, this sad face, happy face, to do the bottom of the ear opening. And let's make our giraffe eye. It kind of looks like how we've done a human eye. A rainbow curve, and then a smile curve underneath. And we're going to do a big black pupil, which we'll color in. But I'm going to leave some white for shine, for reflection of light. And let's add some hairs to the top of the knob. Some shadow to the bottom of the first ear, some shadow lines below the second ear, and these could also almost look like hairs. We're going to give our giraffe a little mouth, just a straight line, and coming out of the mouth is this long black giraffe tongue, and it's going to go straight out and then curl forward. And then I'm going to make it thicker by adding a second line that connects. And I want to give my giraffe some eyelashes, some beautiful eyelashes, and a nostril up here on top. And let's add some shadow here under the jaw. All right, that is the giraffe's head. Now we are ready for the giraffe neck, this long, skinny neck. I'm going to just do a long, curvy line down in the front, and that started under the eye, but at the jaw. And now I'm going to go to this lower ear here, and I'm going to do another curvy line down. All right, and I'm going to add some giraffe spots. Every giraffe has a different spot pattern. No two are the same. Just like with humans and fingerprints, each fingerprint is unique. And so I'm doing these big kind of ovals for my giraffe spots. And some of them, like this one got cut off, so I only did 3 of the sides. This one gets cut off down here. So I love that. Okay, I am going to trace my entire giraffe with my black marker. If you don't have a black marker, you can trace it with a black crayon or a black colored pencil will work. But you just want to go over all those pencil lines with your black. And that'll just help make everything look really sharp and contrasted and neat. Okay, I'll be right back after I finish this. Okay, my giraffe has been outlined in black now, and I went back and erased some of the pencil lines that were still showing a little bit. I want to add a shadow up here on this knob on the right side. And then I also want to add these short hairs going down the length of the giraffe's neck. I'm going to do that. All the way down. Just short little lines that kind of feather out from the back of the giraffe's neck. Okay, with our art print that we were looking at, the artist had, I think, maybe used a computer to do some cool outlines around the giraffe. And so I really liked how stylized that looked. It looked kind of fun and different. So we're going to do that with our giraffe as well. So we're going to follow the basic shape around the giraffe, and we're just going to make a line going around the outside outline of the giraffe. So I'm going to start here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I'm going to go around that ear, around that knob, around that tongue, and down. Okay, that's my first outline. Now I'm going to do a second outline, and this one is going to be just the same idea, but a little bit wider. So I'm just following that shape again. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't really have room, so I'm going to go off the page and then continue below. Okay, and then just for interest, I'm going to add a third line that's going to kind of cross over and not exactly follow the exact shape of the giraffe. So I'm going to start in between these two, and I'm going to go up, and then I'm going to go over here around the ear. And I'm just trying to cross it a little bit, just to make kind of an interesting shape that doesn't precisely follow the giraffe's shape, but it still frames it. All right, now I'm ready to color. And I chose 5 colors. My spots are going to be colored brown. You can color your spots any color you would like. You can color them purple. You can have a funky stylized giraffe, because these giraffes are not actual photographs of giraffes. There are artistic representations. Then I'm going to use this peach on the side. I'm holding it between my index finger and thumb, and I'm going to just go in between the brown spots to make this peach sort of skin fur color. And I'm going to use orange for my first outline shape. And I'm getting kind of a cool texture here because I'm at a wooden table. And I think I like that. If you are getting a texture that you don't like, you could put like a book or something underneath so you're getting a solid line. But I kind of enjoy seeing what the texture looks like when it's not perfect. Okay, I am going to pause the video while I color in my giraffe. Okay, I colored in the spots, I colored in the peach background, I colored in this orange outline, and I also colored in the black inside of the ear. I'd forgotten to do that. Now I'm going to use a yellow. I'm using the side again between my index and thumb. And I'm going to color the 2 outside outlines with this yellow. And do you see how my orange kind of came over here a little bit into the other section? I don't mind that. I think it looks kind of cool. And I don't even mind if my yellow actually goes inside of the orange a little bit. I like the overlapping colors. I think they're interesting, especially these warm colors that sort of highlight the giraffe. And I have my yellow all finished, and now I'm ready. I'm going to use black for the rest of the background, these little corners that are still showing. And again, I'm going to use the side. So I'm going to put it between my thumb and index finger and use the side. Got this corner up here to shade in. It's so much faster when you use the side, and I really like the texture that you get. And got a little bit over here on the right. And there we go. There's our giraffe. I think he or she looks absolutely adorable. And I hope you had fun with this art project. See you soon. Bye.